Hey everyone, so this is episode 1 of my revised Demon Slayer game. You may have noticed that my previous series has kind of been abandoned for a while, so I thought instead of trying to revive a dead series, I'll start a new series, and it'll hopefully be better organized and include more features in the final game. I'll also have a link to the scripts in my Discord server, so make sure you join the Discord server if you want access to that. Alright, let's get started. So in this video, we're going to be making stamina values and breathing values, and then a breathing bar, a stamina bar, and a health bar to represent these values. And then in later videos, we'll have dashes and abilities and stuff that will link the breathing and stamina to. So to start, we'll make a script in server-script service called value setup. So here what we'll do is go game.players.character added, .player added, connect function player. So every time a player is added to the game, we'll detect that, and then whenever the player has a character added to the game, so when a player has a model added to the workspace, which is their character, the character they move around, then we'll also detect that. Then inside this, we'll get their humanoid. And then we'll start creating the values. So we'll start with max stamina. So local max stamina equals instance.new int value max stamina dot name equals max stamina dot value equals 100, and max stamina dot parent equals humanoid. Then we'll make another instance called stamina. So local stamina equals instance dot new int value. Actually, we'll make this a number value. That way our stamina can be a decimal. So if we want 0.5 stamina, then we can do that. If it was an int value, then our stamina would have to be a whole number. Int stands for integer, short for integer, which means a whole number. So we'll set our stamina to number value so we can have decimals. Right, stamina.name equals stamina.value equals max stamina.value. So when the player first joins, we want the stamina to be at its max. So we'll just set the stamina to the max stamina. And then stamina.parent equals humanoid as well. So now we just have to do this for the breathing. So I'll probably speed this up. You can just follow along. It's just like the stamina part. So local max breath equals instance Alright, so now that we've got all the values set up, we're going to make a script that automatically regenerates these values if they're not at the max. So that way when we later on, when we have scripts that take away stamina and take away mana, then these scripts will automatically regenerate it. Of course, just a small amount over a period of time. So over here in starter character scripts, we're going to make a new script called we'll start with stamina, so stamina regen, and then in here we go local rate equals 1/1000th. So that would I'll just do the next variable. So local step equals 0.1. So what these variables are going to do later on is every 0.1 seconds we want to regenerate 1/1000th of the player's stamina. Right, so moving on, local car equals script dot parent, because this script here is in starter character scripts, so when the game starts, this script will be duplicated to the player's character. So the script's parent is the character, so we can set local car to the parent of the script. Right, then local humanoid equals car colon wait for child humanoid. So we use wait for child here because this script might run before the humanoid actually loads. And then we'll just define, we'll reference the breath variable, which is humanoid colon wait for child breathing, because over here in our value setup, we made breath.name breathing. So yeah, humanoid colon wait for child breathing, and then local max breath equals humanoid colon wait for child max breathing. Then here, while wait step do, what this will do is just infinitely repeat this every 0.1 seconds. If breath dot value is less than max breath dot value, then local breath to add equals rate times max breath dot value. So this will just get max breath, which is 100, and then it'll multiply that by 1/1000th. So if it's 100, it'll be 0.1, I think. So it'll be 0.1, and that's what this breath to add variable will be equal to. So it'll be equal to 0.1, and then we'll go breath dot value plus equals breath to add. But this might give us some issues. The player's breathing might actually go... Oh, I've been doing breathing this whole time in the stamina regen script. We'll just rename this to breathing regen. Just realized that. Right, so what this might do is the breathing might go over the max breath dot value if the player's breath is at a weird decimal. So what we can do is instead use a function called math.min, and what this does is it returns the lowest value of all the arguments you put into here. So here we can put breath.value plus breath to add as one of the arguments, and max breath.value as the other argument. So if breath.value plus breath to add is less than max breath.value, then this will be the new breath.value. But if max breath.value is less than this, then max breath will be the new breath.value, which means our character's breathing value will never go above the max breath. I hope that makes sense. Alright, so that's breathing done. Now we can just duplicate this script and rename it to stamina regen. Open this up, and all we need to do is, what we can actually do is we'll change this to stamina, and we'll change this to max stamina, and that's basically all we need to do. But because these variable names don't actually mean anything, we just create that for ourselves. But if we want this to be less confusing for when we come back to it, we can actually just rename these variables to stamina, max stamina, then we've got to change it down here, stamina, max stamina, max stamina, 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 and max stamina. So that'll just be less confusing. If we come back to our code later on, then we'll know what's going on. Alright, so now what we're going to do is set up our GUI to represent all of this. So in starter GUI, I'm going to make a screen GUI. I'm just going to call this player UI. Then I'm going to make a frame. So this first frame is going to be for health. So I'll call this health. And then inside here, I'm going to put a UI corner just to make it make the corners a bit rounder. And then I'm just going to reposition this. Alright. I'm going to use a plugin called GUI Rescaler. So if I click that, it basically just converts the size to a decimal, which means if I go up here and I just change the resolution to a different size, the bar changes size with the screen resolution. So that just means on different devices, your game will still look the same. So you can just copy these size values if you want. Once I've done that, I'm going to change this to a gray, and then duplicate this, put it inside the previous health bar, and I'm going to rename this to HP bar. And then down here in position, I'm setting this to 0, 0, 0, 0, and in size, I'm setting it to 1, 0, 1, 0. And then in background color, I'm going to change it to green for health. Alright, now, I'm gonna create the local scripts. So I'll just call this health change. And I'm gonna go back for now. I'm gonna leave that as it is. What I can do is duplicate this, and over here, I'm gonna rename this to breathing. This will be my breathing bar. I'll rename this to breath bar, and rename this script to breathing change. Then I'm just gonna move this over. Oh, okay, I'll go into here and make the position maybe 0.2, maybe 0.19. Yeah, that's good. And then I'm gonna change the color to purple for breathing. Okay, and then just gotta duplicate this one more time for the stamina. So rename this to stamina, stam bar, and stamina change. And then I'm gonna change the color to yellow for stamina, and move this bar over to maybe 0.6, maybe 0.61. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so now that we've got our bars set up, we can go into our scripts and make these bars actually work. So over in health change, we'll go local player equals game.players.local player. Because this is a local script, what this does is it just gets the player that the script is a child of. And then local car equals player.character or player.character added :wait. So this just means if the player has died, then it won't glitch out. It'll wait for the character to be added back to the game. And then local humanoid equals car: wait for child humanoid. And finally, local health GUI equals script.parent. So this will just reference this HP bar over here. Alright, now humanoid: get property changed signal health. So this detects when the humanoid's health is changed. Health is a property of humanoid, so it detects when a property is changed and takes health as an argument. Connect function, and then local change equals humanoid.health divided by humanoid.max health. Change this to humanoid. And then health GUI colon tween size. This just makes the bar move smoothly. That's what a tween is. And go udim2 dot new change 0 1 0 in linear and 0.5. So this is the easing style. So it'll just it means the bar will change size at a constant rate, linear. If you graphed the size of the bar and the time passed on a graph, then the line would be straight. So that's why it's linear. And then the easing direction is in, and the time is 0.5. So it just means in 0.5 seconds, then the bar will be the right size. And then this is the size that you want the bar to be. So if you look over here in our HP bar, our size is currently 1010. But if we change this 1010, the one at the start, if we change that to 0.5, you'll see our bar is at halfway. So that would represent being at half health. So, and then 1, of course, is full health. So the way we get a number ranging from 0 to 1 that represents our health is here. Local change equals the health divided by max health. So let's say our health was 10 and our max health was 100. Then 10 divided by 100, that's 0.1. Our health bar size would be at 0.1, and our bar would be 1/10 of its full size. So yeah, that's how those lines work. Alright, so that's health change done. Now we're gonna do stamina change. So this is slightly different, but it's actually quite similar. So I can copy this script into the stamina change, and all we need to do is we can just rename this to stamina GUI, and then in here, instead of getting a property changed signal, we'll get humanoid.stamina.changed :connect, and then yeah, that's it. Oh no, over here we have to change this to humanoid.stamina.value, and over here humanoid.maxstamina.value. Yep, so we can once again copy this script, open up our breathing change, and paste this in. We can rename this to Breathing GUI, and then here we just got to change this to humanoid.breathing and humanoid.maxbreathing, and then here humanoid.breathing.changed, and we should be good to go. So we can test this. The first thing we'll test is our health. So we'll go to our humanoid, scroll down to the bottom, set health to 10, and our health bar has gone down to 10%. Set it to 50, goes back up. We can set it to 90, and then back to 100. Now we can test our breathing and our stamina. So here we've got the breathing value, and we can set this to 10, and it goes down. But what you'll notice is our breathing regeneration script. What happens to that? It's not actually regenerating our breathing. Well, that's because our breathing and stamina scripts are server scripts, and what we're doing is changing our breathing value on the client. So this won't actually be visible to the server or any other players. So we can set that back to 100. What we have to do is change to the server up here. Go down to workspace, DvZoid, it's my character, humanoid, breathing, and I'll set this to 1. And you can see the number's already going up. I can do the same for stamina, set it to 1, and the number goes up. So we can go back to the client, and you can see our bars slowly regenerating. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Stay tuned for the next episode. If this was helpful in any way, then I'd appreciate a sub. It helps keep me motivated to make more videos like these, continue more series like these. And until next time, see ya.